So 2 out of the 3 bidders that looked at it were not interested in the timber. Some of the reasons that they were probably not interested is it's fairly low volume. Volume-wise, it's probably less than 2 loads to the acre. Most contractors are looking for more volume than that to make it worth their while to move in and harvest timber. Secondly, there was some mortality. This stand of timber is on Llano, which is off of Dummy Line, and it's an old stand of timber. It's natural. It's not planted, and so it's a little more susceptible to mortality, and it's growing at a lot slower rate. So the reason that I recommended to go ahead with this price, it's that it's not when you only have one bid, you don't have a lot to compare to. But we had inventoried the school system's timber a few years ago. The first time it ever been inventoried. When I say inventory, went out and measured trees and put a valuation. And a few years ago, this tract was valued at $60,000. So it's a couple $1,000s under what it was a few years ago. So you would expect some growth on the timber, but I think the growth was offset by some mortality due to tornadoes and bugs and things because the trees are old. So the ultimate goal with the school system's timber has been to get it to a genetically improved stage, planted seedlings that have better stock and grow at a higher rate. Planted trees that we've been planting on the school board for over 10 years are probably 68% growth rate, where these trees are less than 3%. So I would recommend financially and biologically it's time to cut this stand and start over. So if you have any questions, I'd be glad to answer them.
If we went through the process of rebidding this to try to get more prices, what would we end up with?
That is an option. That is an option, but I don't think for missing a year's worth of replant and growth at 6 to 8%, there's not going to be a lot of difference in the price a year from now, unless we have a great market change, and the market has been pretty much level for the last 12 years. So if I could forecast the market changing, I would say let's wait, but a year or 6 months is not going to make a significant amount of value to the stand.
Move to adopt administration's recommendation.
Second.
Thank you.
All right.
We have a motion and a second.
A motion and a second. All in favor? Did you get that? Okay. Do you want to vote?
Sure. You're chairman. I didn't mean to answer.
You president. All right, next we have D. Item D is consider approval of bid 2020-2 janitorial supplies.
Yes, we recommend awarding the vendors and the items winning bidder column. They're the lowest price at the specs.
Any questions?
Move to adopt administration's recommendation.
Second.
Online voting, please.
Online voting is open.
All right. That's it for the Finance Committee, unless you have anything else.
Voting is now closed. Motion passes.
All right. Meeting adjourned.